People say that without dairy milk we would have weaker bones, we won't be able to exercise much, and we won't be able to have a muscular body, we won't become bodybuilders or do any exercise, which is totally a lie, a well created lie made by the marketing agencies. My name is Aryaman Arya and I am founder of Bookish World. So today I am going to talk about veganism. So there have been a lot of myths about veganism, and today I will be bursting the few of myths, and I will try to make you more aware about what the concept is and what do we follow. So number one myth people mostly follow is that dairy milk is required for proper human body growth, which is totally a lie. Let's see how. People say that without dairy milk we would have weaker bones, we won't be able to exercise much, and we won't be able to have a muscular body, we won't become bodybuilders or do any exercise, which is totally a lie, a well created lie made by the marketing agency. I won't go in detail about this marketing agency thing, but a one line example would tell enough, which is that in 1990s, late 1990s, there was a company of cigarette which used to advertise the cigarette, and not only did the company say that it's not injurious for health, but to some extent they said that it's good for health, like having cigarettes is not at all harmful for health. They were advertising this thing, and people started taking this, and they were associating ads and showing that cigarettes make a person manly. So that's surged the rise of the production and the sale of cigarettes. So this is how marketing agencies work. So you should be aware of what to believe and what not to, and you must have all the logics according to that. And second, one of the biggest myths comes is that veganism cannot be followed in developing countries like India or in small cities, which is totally a myth. Like for example, taking my example, I am Aryaman and I live in Amritsar, and which is a small city, and I have been vegan from past 12 months and I didn't find any problem in it. For example, you can get vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, grains from every single shop around, so it's not at all an issue. Second myth busted. Third myth comes is that what people connect with veganism is that we won't be able to drink milk, eat paneer, or have mithais and every other dairy product, which is totally a myth. How? Because you can have plant-based milk, which is like cashew milk, almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk, oat milk, with exactly the same amount of nutrition, and plus after taking it for a while you can develop a taste for that. So it's totally a myth. And the third point is what we get in bonus of drinking the plant-based milk is that we don't get a bag full of cruelty with it. Fourth, one of the biggest myths I often come through is that you won't be able to get enough protein, carbohydrates, fats from the vegetarian diet or the vegan diet which we get from non-vegetarian diet, which is basically meat or mutton or anybody's flesh, right? So it is totally a myth. How? I can show you the statistics also. So let's take an example that if you take 100 grams of chicken, it contains around 25 to 26 grams of protein, and if you take 100 grams of rajma, it contains 24 grams of protein, which is kind of basically the same. And if you take 100 grams of soybean, uncooked soybean, it contains around 50 to 52 grams of protein. So it's not at all about that we won't be able to get the amount of protein in the plant-based sources. Fifth point mostly people say is that we are travelers and we would like to go here and there. We don't eat much of food at home. We don't cook much. We usually order it. So it's very difficult, keeping in mind the restrictions of dairy and dairy products, how we will be able to eat much at outside locations, which is totally a myth. How? Because you can easily opt for vegan options whenever going to any place, any single place. For example, you can always have vegan options which doesn't contain any dairy product, and what you can have is you can call the waiter and tell him that you have allergy to dairy products, and there you go, problem solved. What is veganism? Veganism is about eliminating each and every single product which is obtained from animals. So what I tried to do is that I busted some of the myths which people often consider true, and I think that I am able to make you clear about, make you aware about what veganism is. What veganism can help you is that veganism can help you live a very peaceful life. Subconsciously you are calm and peaceful by not eating anybody's body parts in your lunch, and living the life morally, ethically right. If you like any content on my page, I would love if you would subscribe the page for getting further notifications or further videos. And if you want to drop a comment, go on and drop a comment. I would feel motivated and inspired if you liked my video.